Hey guys, I'm Alio.
I'm Shanique, and this is Shaji,
So, we decided to quit our jobs in London to travel the world full time.
and live a freedom lifestyle. We wanted to share our journey with you, so welcome to the family. What's up, people? Hey, family.
Morning.
We're at the beach. There's a lot of sargassum, seaweed. There's a real problem in the Caribbean Sea at the moment. A lot of seaweed is washing up onto the beaches. It hasn't been an issue for a while, but it's suddenly come back with a vengeance. Yeah, but it's not disrupting our experience.
Exactly, that doesn't affect me.
I hope it's not too windy and you can hear us okay. But we've been talking a lot about moving to the continent, as you know, and we just had a few points that we've been reflecting on. And if you're considering moving to the continent, we just wanted to give you a few things to think about as well.
Number one,
Yeah.
integration. We love saying that we are, especially from the islands, we see Africa as motherland. Especially being a Jamaican, we see Africa as being motherland. But I think sometimes we need to remember the word and the energy behind the word as well. And remember history, realizing that if we're talking about going back to motherland, you're talking about mother and you're talking about integration. Remember that we were brought up in a certain culture, and that means that when we integrate, we have to integrate in such a way where we are becoming African on African soil.
We have to remember there's a whole heap of people there before us. Yeah, we want to return, but there are people that call Africa home already.
Exactly. Born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised. And when we're going back, yeah, it's a huge thing for us because, we were stolen from the motherland, and we're finally fulfilling the dreams of our ancestors and returning, and it's a huge thing. But we must put respect on Mother Africa's name and
inhabitants
and the current inhabitants as well, and recognize that even though it is our home, we are still kind of coming as guests. We've got to come as and appreciate that they have a way of doing things already.
Respect.
We need to respect the way that they do things and stop thinking like we often do because of the way that the media
and the West set up,
and the West has taught us that Africa needs us
or
needs help, or that Africa is less than, and that that it's less civilized, or that it needs to be developed. We need to stop this mindset.
Exactly. We need to remember that the first education system, the first educators, philosophers all came from Africa.
Right.
Everything, every origin, everything you can think of on this land came from and through Africa.
Yeah.
So who are we? We don't want
Exactly.
nothing. Everybody has to try and learn.
To learn, exactly.
The way we've been taught has been taught
from a Western mindset.
A Western mindset, which is, low.
Yeah.
Very, very low. So the African way is the right way.
Yeah.
And it's the higher way.
Yeah. We have to unlearn a lot of the things that we've become accustomed to.
Yes.
Exactly. We have to unlearn those things.
So integration is very important.
Integration, and the way we do that is we integrate. We get to know the locals, we ask them questions, we spend time with them, we become them. When we go back, we are African. Africa first. Africa first.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not expats. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I'm repatriating." Fine, we are in we are repatriating, but we are not repatriates. We are African. That's how
Exactly.
we need to think we are African.
Exactly.
With that, another thing that I'm seeing, because we've been searching for potential places to rent and live temporarily until we're in a position to build, and one of the things that we're seeing, which is crazy, is the pricing is extortionate in
Becoming
some of the
extortionate. Yeah.
places that we've been looking, because people are coming with a Western mindset and they're saying, oh, I want a 2-bedroom place with a communal pool, a gym, or whatever. Oh, and I have £1,000 to spend. Bam. £1,000. What you are accustomed to for £1,000 might be very cheap and might seem really affordable, but you have to bear in mind that for many of the locals, that is
not cheap,
that
family.
is well out of their budget. Many of them may not even see that amount of money across a month or two, let alone to spend that much money on rent.
And that's all because of how the game has been rigged.
Exactly.
The currency strength. Think
It's
about
messed
it.
up. It's
So
messed
one
up.
man paradise is the next man, struggle or nightmare, whichever word you want to use.
So, for example, we were looking at accommodation, and the accommodation we were looking at originally, and we saw, say, for example, like a 5-bedroom house with a pool. And when we looked at it, it was £340, right?
Yeah.
Of course, to us as Westerners, that's very, very cheap.
But that's pricing
Right?
out the locals.
But that prices out, no, that doesn't price out the locals. No, what prices out the local is if you go and you say, oh, 5-bedroom house, cool, I'll pay £1,500 for that. Can you get me a 5-bedroom house like that for £1,500? Right?
That's not
That
right.
prices out the locals.
That's not right.
They can't necessarily afford that. I'm not saying they all can't afford it. There are some people that won't necessarily be able to afford that, and that's not the going rate. That's not the going rate. The thing that we need to do, as we've experienced over the years, it's not just Africa that this is happening. This happens in a lot of the countries. It happens here in Mexico as well. It happened in Bali when we were there too. You do not go to agents and tell them your budget. Do not tell them your budget. All you need to do is say your requirements. I need a 2-bedroom house. I want access to the pool. I want to be close to the beach. How much is that?
And also,
And they will give you a rate.
And also, preferably.
Thank you.
Not
No,
your hair,
no,
no.
please
Not
don't
your
touch
hair.
her hair.
Don't
Please
touch
don't
her
touch her hair.
Here.
Don't touch her hair.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bam.
Yeah.
Why do people do this?
Um,
Anyway,
What was I saying?
we were talking about pricing out the locals,
Yeah.
spending too much money because we're not being African centered. It happens. It's not just the continent that's happening in. It happens here in Mexico and
Yeah,
stuff.
and also if you can find, those who are renting properties or selling properties, those who have the mindset of, cool, I know we are looking for those who are returning back home, but we have a responsibility to ensure that the locals also can
Go over
afford
that way, Tashi.
can
Go over
afford the living and the properties
go
and the
over
land
that
as
way.
well. Finding people who have that type of harmony in their mindset, so they serve both the diasporans returning home and also the locals, is perfect. That's beautiful.
That would be the ideal.
I saw
'cause-
one guy who is like, look, we have properties but we try to ensure that it's affordable for both locals and it will be affordable for returnees.
Because otherwise you're going to run into agents that will see you say 2-bedroom house for £1,000 and they will give you a 2-bedroom house for £1,000.
No, they'll give you a 2-bedroom house that's actually for like £400.
No, they won't.
And-
No, what I'm saying, babe, is if you say I have £1,000 to spend, they will give you something for £1,000. So you say I want a 2-bedroom house, that's £1,000. They will give you a corrupt agent will give you a 2-bedroom house for £1,000. But let's say locally, you could probably find a 2-bedroom house for £300. But if you go saying I have £1,000 to spend, well, they want to maximize their money, right? Because they're profit first.
So what I'm trying to say is, you tell someone that you want a 2-bedroom house and you have 1,000. In
No.
my mind, they're gonna give you something that the value of the locals is going to be like 500, but you're going to say
is.
it's going to say it's 1,000.
Oh yeah.
And
That's what I'm saying. Oh gosh. Anyway,
Anyway, move
number
on to
2.
the
Next one.
Well, we talk about African-centered mindset
Yeah.
as well in all the integration. Don't go looking for a job.
Oh gosh, the amount of time, right? Because we run a Facebook group that is for a lot of people who are looking to return, Black Brits abroad. Amazing group. I love the group that we've created. Like, there's around 1,300 people in there. It's wicked. But one of the things we often see is a lot of people asking for where can they find a job. They want to move to the motherland. Where's the best place to look for jobs?
Family, the locals are looking for a job.
It's hard out here already. Don't go to the motherland begging for a job. They don't need that.
Create opportunities.
They don't need that.
See how you can support the locals there. Okay.
Wait, before that, because you can't support. If you're looking for an income, you can't support anyone.
Well,
so before that, frig that. Secure your own income.
Yes, man.
Worry about yourself. Don't go to Africa looking for a job. If you're planning on going looking for a job, then you probably maybe don't need to be going to Africa.
Right.
And unless you are potentially looking at, the essential services. I don't know that we ever could tire of, having enough doctors or nurses or, do you know what I mean? Teachers, for example.
Wait, Taji.
All right, relax.
I know.
Don't go looking for a job is the main thing. Africa doesn't need that from you. Their unemployment across the world is high enough already. We're supposed to be going back, right? Of course, yes, we were stolen. We want to return and everything, but we have, or we should have, the benefit of a Western education, Western experience, as positive as it can be, and we should be utilizing the skills and the experience that we've developed and going back and finding ways that we can meet the locals there and support them.
Exactly.
But we shouldn't be going and asking them of anything.
Because think about it, they have skills.
Exactly, because remember,
skills already.
They have skills already.
Mad skills.
But they don't necessarily always have the opportunity.
Exactly.
And so, if anything, we should be going to create opportunities.
Yes.
But you need to ideally have your income secure.
But that leads on to don't go looking to set up a business. Don't think don't go thinking you know what's best already.
Exactly.
You don't know.
You don't know unless you've been there and you've spoken to the locals and you've asked them, what do you guys think you need? How can we support you?
But that's
you
the
don't
thing.
know anything.
But that is the thing. How can we support? But that also comes from integration.
That's where the integration comes from.
And I'm like, all right, cool. You need this. Let us help.
What can we do?
How can we help?
How can we support?
How can we support?
Rather than, Africa could really benefit from ABC. You don't know what Africa needs.
So hush your mouth.
Unless you've actually spoken to individuals there and you've asked them.
Exactly.
But don't even go with an idea of what you want to do. Wait till you go to learn. Go to ask the locals.
Remember
what do you need?
motherland. When you go to your mother, if you have a good relationship, you go with respect.
Right.
Respect, fam.
Right.
Respect. I go to my mother. I'm like, Mom, what do you need?
Exactly. You're not gonna go to your mum and be like, right, so Mum, what you're gonna do is like, nah, fam, that's rude. That's actually rude.
Man, fix up.
And you just landed off the plane and you think you know better than me. No, these people already have ideas. They have things that they would love to do. I know that in the Gambia, we've been finding out that there's an issue within the fishing industry at the moment. So if someone needs a new boat, let's find a way that we can support that. Can we raise some money to help them to buy a boat? What can we do to support your current issues?
Exactly.
So get all those business ideas you have in your head already, scrap them. Unless you're potentially going to serve expats or because there's always huge expat communities and the returnees as well. That's different. But
in
if you're
terms of
talking
going
about serving
for
the
the
locals, wait till you arrive there and speak to them, get to know them, ask them what they need.
Yeah, and that leads right into, Africa don't need nothing.
Africa don't owe you anything.
And it not owe you nothing. Africa doesn't owe you a single thing.
Yeah. So you know what's really disrespectful that we've been seeing on a couple of videos is where people are going, oh, and the streets are really dirty and there's so much rubbish everywhere.
So go back to where you come from, fam. Go back to where you come from.
And why are you acting like London ain't got street on dirt on the roads anyway?
Why disgusting places?
London is disgusting. People are like, oh, I really want to go Paris. I really want to go this place. I'm like, Paris is dirty.
And I like Paris. Paris disgusting, Rasta.
Listen, yeah.
Africa don't owe you anything.
Okay. So there's rubbish on the street. Go and clear it up. Like, fam, unless you're going to be a part of the solution, shut up.
Exactly. Keep by your mouth, man.
Seriously.
Keep by your mouth.
Like, go, oh my gosh, it's been really frustrating to go back and see people like talking about the way that the locals are acting. Like, no one told you to come back, you know.
And it's a different culture. Shift your mindset. African centered. One time. You see? I think that covers everything, but now we need to just emphasize the thing. How we are thinking about going back to Africa. African mindset. Open mind. Go with an idea and a mindset of learning. Going back to motherland. It's the parent. It's the parent. So you have to, respect the thing.
Don't go broke. I don't know if we covered that as well. That's
just
another thing.
Don't go broke.
Don't. One of the reasons that we could have left and gone to Africa, from last year we talked about it potentially. We've been talking about whether we should go now or within the next month or so, and we've decided not to. Not because, and we have income sources. You guys know we have income sources already, so we would be fine. But we're not financially in the position that we would need to be and that we would like to be, because when, like we've been talking about in this video, when we go back to the motherland, we want to go back in service.
Exactly.
And that requires time.
Exactly.
So that means that our income needs to be coming in a passive enough way that we can give our energy and our time without having to think about, oh, I've got to go back in and teach in 2 hours. No, I want to spend 2 hours in the community, supporting the community. So we've got to make sure that our passive income game is stronger than ever before. You know, we want to go back and, like we said before, what does the motherland need? How can we support you? And more often than not, it's going to be financial.
Exactly. So if you don't have no money or you have holes in your pocket, are you supposed to support?
Who are you helping? Who are you helping with no money, but you can barely take care of yourself?
People need to eat. I need to eat.
Right.
So anyway,
make sure you can feed yourself.
Return to Africa, return to motherland with respect. Put some respect on our name.
In that part. But yeah, sorry. I didn't really want this video to be like a ranting video.
Ain't a rant. This is not a rant. This is just to say,
yeah, but it kind of is.
Change your mindset. My mindset that's strong. Now go back to mommy. And I say, mommy, respect me, return home. Can we talk? Reason with me. Teach me again. Because a lot of things have been stolen from my mind and my ancestors. I need to learn the ways of how certain cultures work, how certain things work. So yeah, man, I return home with respect.
Alright. Peace, guy. Till next time.